Welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Haj Howell. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 48. We're going to be discussing becoming the most competitive version of you possible. There's one primary reason why I want to do this podcast episode on competitiveness, and it's the fact that every single thing in life is a competition, okay? In business, you're in constant competition for customers. You're in constant competition with the other businesses in your marketplace for sales, for eyeballs, for everything that you're looking to sell, for the customers and the clients you're looking to take, okay? With social media, you're constantly in competition with every other person in your industry for eyeballs, for attention, for the swipe, for the likes, for the clicks, for the shares. You're constantly in competition. In relationships, there's always going to be someone who wants the person you're with. There's always going to be someone somewhere who wants the person you're with. And if you're not good enough, that person might just take them. Okay? Health, it's the same thing. Listen, Godfather Time is constantly working against you. Okay? Age is constantly working against you to break your body down. Okay? Over the course of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years, your body will naturally just deteriorate into ash and dust, meaning you're competing every single day just for life, just by fucking existing. So it's extremely important to understand that competitiveness in its purest, rawest form is one of the most important human qualities, especially in today's day and age, if you don't want to get crushed in every area. Because here's the thing, each and every single person in every single industry, in every single country, in every single school, in every single village, everywhere in the world is at constant competition with one another for resources, for time, for spouses and partners, for business, for money, for relationships, for everything. Okay, competition is everywhere. If you're not the most competitive version of yourself, you're going to get destroyed. And what I want to do in this podcast is I want to show you the specific way that I use to keep myself in a highly competitive state at all times. And the way that I use to get my clients into the most competitive, most hungry, most striving for success level that they can possibly get to and stay at. That's the key. So the first thing I want to ask you, if you want to become the most competitive version of yourself, there's one question you need to answer. And that question is, who do you want to be? Right? Who do you want to be? Truly, truly deep down in your soul, who do you want to be? I want you to ask yourself that question. Because here's the thing, so many people have no idea who they truly want to be, who they truly know that they're destined to become. Because they haven't sat down, they haven't mapped it out, they haven't written it, they haven't committed to their memory, and they haven't taken action to actualize it. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make, is where you think you want a good relationship, you think you want to work this career, you think you want to play guitar sometimes, you think you want to play video games, but you're kind of just drifting through life. Dude, fuck that. We need to know without a shadow of a doubt who you are, who you want to be, who you're striving to become. Until you have clarity on that person, you're not going to be able to be competitive because you're going to have no reason. You're going to have no fight. You're going to have no desire to get to the next level. You're going to have no actualization, no self-actualization that you're working towards because you're just drifting. Okay? So who do you want to be? Now, what I want to do, guys, is I want to open up to you. Okay? I want to open up to you guys right now. And I want to outline who I want to be. And I want to let you guys know some of my goals because it's going to help you with yours. So first and foremost, I want to be the world's largest fitness influencer. I want to be the largest fitness influencer on the face of the planet, which means I did the calculation, did the math. In order for me to be the biggest fitness influencer on the planet, I would need over 10 million followers across platforms. Okay, that is my mission. I will not stop until I have 10 million followers across all platforms on social media because I will be the biggest fitness influencer on the face of the planet, period. The second thing is I want to coach thousands upon thousands of men on what it takes to develop an unstoppable mind and the best body they've ever had. I want to help men eliminate the vices, the weakness, the fears, the doubts, the anxieties that hold them back from becoming the best version of themselves possible. I believe it was my mission. It is literally why I was put on this planet, to help men actualize their best selves, and I will stop at fucking nothing to help each and every one of you guys that are watching this right now become the best version of yourselves. That is my mission. Number 3, I will speak at events all around the world. My priority is to impact millions of lives, which means I need to be speaking on bigger stages. So I will be a motivational speaker. Number 4, I want to have 1 million streams on my podcast. So this podcast right now, you guys are listening to it right now. You're supporting. Thank you so much. This is just the start of a 10-year-long journey where I build this into one of the biggest podcasts on the face of the planet. That's who I want to be. I want to run one of the biggest podcasts on the planet. Now, as far as my physique is concerned, if you guys don't know, I'm 5'8". I'm 180 pounds. And my goal is to get to 185 pounds shredded. I'm already shredded, but stay shredded and just gain 5 more pounds of muscle. Okay. And my goal is to be able to still surf like an animal. I want to be hucking aerials. I want to be surfing, carving, cutting back. I want to be doing all the different surf tricks that I watch my favorite surfers in the world do at 185 pounds, which is going to be extremely challenging, but that is my fitness vision for myself. Now, the last thing on who I want to be, second last thing is I want to be the absolute best father that I can possibly be to my 2 sons. If you guys didn't know, I have 2 children. I've got a 3-year-old son and a 4-year-old son. They're in my absolute world. I want to be the best dad that I can possibly be for them. I want to teach them what it means to be a man who leads by example. I want to teach them what it means to develop a mindset to where you can do whatever you put your goddamn mind to, as long as you're willing to sacrifice, set the intention, work your ass off, and actualize your highest self. I want to teach my sons how to be the men that I know they can be. And that's going to take work. And that's going to take me showing up every single day, being the best that I can be, checking my emotions at the door, checking my feelings at the door, and taking action regardless how I feel. That's what that's going to take. Okay. Now, the last thing that's on my list is I want complete financial and geographical freedom. Meaning I'm not tied down to any country. I'm not tied down anywhere financially. I want to have complete financial freedom, complete freedom to travel from country to country whenever I want, go wherever I want, surf wherever I want, take my kids wherever I want. I want full financial and geographical freedom. Now, that's who I want to be. That is who I want to be. Now, when I speak my words, when you guys listen to what I'm saying, you can tell that there's conviction in what I'm saying. Right? Meaning I know for a fact, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that I will actualize all of these things as long as I stay on the course that I'm on. You need to develop a list of things that describe you, who you want to become, where you truly want to go. Because once you gain clarity on who you're trying to actualize, who you're trying to become, what you're trying to achieve in your life, it's going to allow you to go through these next 6 steps and truly unlock the most competitive version of yourself possible. Okay, so I want you guys to stay tuned because number 6 is one of the most important ones. Now, the first step in becoming the most competitive version of yourself, obviously, is to figure out who you want to be truly. But the first actionable step that you need to take once you have that vision for your life built is you need to ask yourself, what must you do on a daily basis in order to actualize your goals? Okay. What must you do on a daily basis in order to actualize your goals? Right? Do you need to work out every day? Do you need to eat clean food 80% of the time? Do you need to track your macros from a fitness perspective? Do you need to be doing X amount of calls per day if you're a salesperson? Do you need to show up to work 15, 20 minutes early, an hour early? Do you need to stay an hour late to show your boss that you're the one who deserves the raise? You're the one who deserves the promotion. What do you need to do on a daily basis that's going to take your life to the next level? You need to understand that. Now, once you have that ironed out, those things are going to now become your new non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are activities that you must do every day that you don't compromise on, right? So you guys will notice every single day I post in my story. Every single day I post 2 reels. Every single day I'm here live on this podcast with you 5 days a week. There's things that I always do. I'm working out 5 days a week, working out 5 to 6 days a week, surfing 2 to 3 days per week, spending time with my kids. There's things that I constantly do. It's the same for you. We've got to figure out what are those non-negotiables. Second step is to build an efficient calendar. Okay. Our calendar is what we live and die by. Okay. As high performance men, we must live and die by our calendar. Meaning if there's blank space on your calendar, this is a Grant Cardone quote, by the way. If there's blank space on your calendar, you will meet the devil. Okay. Or he will meet you, because blank space means your mind can start to wander. You start to wander and start playing video games. You start to wander and watch porn in the middle of the day. You can wander and start drinking alcohol, start smoking weed, wasting time, scrolling social media, swiping on Tinder, doing all the bullshit that's taking your power away. You've got to develop an efficient calendar if you want to see success. It's one of the most important things. Step 3 is to seek discomfort in everything you do. If you want to be a competitive person, okay, when you think about the word competition, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I'm going to answer the question for you. Sports. Okay. When you think of competition, the first word that comes to your mind is sports. What do athletes do every day when they're playing games? They compete, right? They compete. They're constantly focused on getting better, on getting uncomfortable, on building, getting stronger, getting faster, becoming better at ball handling, becoming better dunkers, becoming better at scoring, becoming better at everything. They're constantly in competition, not only with the other athletes on the other team, but with themselves. And how do they do that? They seek discomfort. They're doing ice baths. They're training 6 hours a day. They're getting punched in the face 100 times until it doesn't even hurt anymore. They can shake it off. Athletes are constantly seeking discomfort, which is why they're masters of competition. Okay, if you want to be the most competitive version of you possible, you need to actively seek discomfort in everything you do, meaning take cold showers, meaning wake up an hour earlier than you usually wake up, meaning go to sleep 30 minutes later than you usually go to sleep, meaning read that book, meaning take that course, meaning invest that money in a business coach, invest that money in a fitness coach, become what you need to become in order to hit the next level. Seek discomfort in everything you do, and I swear to you, your life will be so much easier. Now, number 4 is to set unrealistic goals. Okay. Now I'm going to get in trouble from this. I'm going to get in trouble from trolls on this one. And I'll tell you why. Because most people think that you're supposed to set SMART goals. Okay. SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. That's what a SMART goal is. Now, why does SMART goals suck ass? Okay. SMART goals suck ass because no one gets excited for a SMART goal. No one gets excited for a realistic, tangible, achievable, time-bound goal. Nobody gets excited for that. You want to know what I get excited for? 10 million followers across platforms on social media. You know, that's literally written down everywhere in all of my journals. I get excited about largest fitness influencer on the planet. I get excited about speaking at events around the world. I get excited about coaching thousands upon thousands of men to actualize their highest self. That's how I get excited. I don't get excited to get 10 new followers. I don't get excited to just stay on track and post every day. Your goals need to be so big that they excite the living shit out of you. Because if they're not exciting, what's the point? Even if you set a goal that is specifically outside of your comfort zone, specifically well outside of your realm of achievement, and you don't even think you could actually do it, just the small 1% chance that it could even potentially, even maybe be a potential outcome in your life will make you want to grind your ass off way harder than setting a small little goal that's realistic and time-based. Okay. Now, number five is to remind yourself each day of who you are. Okay. Remind yourself each day of who you are. Now, once you have this list of who you want to truly be, it's not enough to just write it once, right? It's not enough to just write it every like one time and never look at it again. Human beings are quick to forget. I've said this in many, many podcasts. What I want you guys to understand is the more consistent you can be with reminding yourself about where you're going and who you want to become and why you want to get there and what's going to be the light at the end of the tunnel, what your life is going to look like, what your body's going to look like, what your bank account's going to look like, what your relationships are going to look like, the more you can remind yourself on a daily basis through visualization, through self-actualization, through seeing it, feeling it, tasting it, touching it, smelling it, the more you can see that ultimate life, the more it's going to feel real. And the more it feels real, the more you're going to believe that it's even in your realm of possibility. And here's the thing about big goals, you guys. You've got to believe before anyone else does. You have to believe when no one else believes in you. I believed in building my business to the level it is now and living the life that I live right now on an island on the beach when no one else did. When my mother-in-law wanted me to work at Costco, when my parents were telling me to go back to school, when my grandma was telling me to go back to business school. I believed it when no one else did. And that's why it's real. You have to remind yourself of the end goal each day, of the end life each day. And in doing so, you're going to change the way that you think. You're going to change all of your beliefs. Now, the last thing, number 6, is that you must become a master of your mind. Okay, if you want to truly become the most competitive version of yourself, and this is coming from a place of true vulnerability right now, guys, I've been through so much in my life. I've been through drug addiction. I've been through alcoholism. I've been through getting arrested. I've been through getting cheated on. I've been through so much in my life. I've been through so much pain. And all I can tell you is this: the better you're able to control your emotions, the better you're able to control your mind, the better you're able to control the thoughts that you think, the easier time you're going to have getting through the chaos that is life. Okay? Because life is a constant balancing act between chaos and calm. In some areas of your life, there's going to be chaos everywhere. Other areas of your life, you're going to feel calm and at peace. You need to be the one through meditation, specifically meditation, to learn how to balance those tides, balance it out so that you can feel chaos and calm at the same time and still be able to execute in no matter what area you're looking to execute in. That is the most important part. That is the number one most important thing. Now, the book that I used personally to learn how to meditate is called Total Meditation by Deepak Chopra. Okay, I give this book to all of my clients. It's an absolute must read. If you want to learn how to change the way you think, break down anxiety, break down stress, break down depression, learn actual tactics to do so, I would highly recommend reading Deepak Chopra, Total Meditation. It's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. Okay, now guys, quick recap. The 6 things that you must do to become the most competitive version of yourself. Okay. Number 1 is you need to decide who you truly want to be as a man. Number 2, you need to figure out what you must do each and every day that is a non-negotiable and stick to those every single day. Get those things done. And I guess that's number 1. So number 2 is build an efficient calendar that allows you to not have any spaces. There should be no spaces in your calendar. Number 3, you need to seek discomfort in everything you do so that you feel better when you're uncomfortable than when you're comfortable. Number 4, you need to set unrealistic goals for yourself that are vastly outside your realm of achievement so that you get excited enough to take action, because a small goal isn't worthy of action. It's just not. Number 5 is to remind yourself each day who you are. And number 6 is to learn how to calm the mind and find a balance between chaos and calm using meditation. Okay. Now, guys, I love this podcast so much. It's my favorite time of day. I love it so much. I love the fact that there's more and more people here live. If you're listening to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, thank you so much. I would really and truly appreciate a review from you. If you're watching this live, make sure to drop me a follow and make sure that you guys are constantly staying in complete and utter competition with yourselves. Because the only person who can build the life that you truly want is you. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next episode.